Okay, now it is streaming. If you like, you can signal තියනැති දරුවෝ ඉන්නවා නම් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් මේ ගමම්ම YouTube channel එකකිනුත් බලන්න. Okay. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, last week we commenced the lesson static electricity. Okay, we commenced static electricity. I think now you can hear the sound clearly. Okay, Lashmika, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, Rehan Puta, what happened to you last week? I think you were absent.
So actually, I was hoping to. So actually, I
Yes.
was hoping to tell a message that I could not come. Actually, I was not at home. So
You were in a
that was
hope
the
of
reason.
participation. Puta, end බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් හිටියේ නේද? But you had to do
Yes, sir, but
engage with
I
another.
I had
Okay.
I had a
Rifki,
severe headache.
why do you
so
switch
I
off
could
your
not.
video? Okay, so static electricity. Okay, so static electricity means what? As we discussed, there are two types of electricities. Yes, electricity due to,
Static electricity.
yes, static means what? Two types of electricities, current electricity and static electricity. So we know there are two types of charges in the matter. Okay, Dinuda, what are the two types of charges in the matter?
Excuse me, sir. Can you
Yes,
again repeat it?
there are two types of charges in the matter. Okay, what are those two types of? Yes, Nishara Puta. Yes, positive and negative charges. Sometimes these charges are accumulated in the same place. They do not move. Rifki, do you remember that? There are some of charges do not move. So they are just accumulated in the same place, especially in insulators. Okay, but there are some of charges that flow. Okay, so that's moving, flowing charges. So these flowing charges means a flowing of electrical charges. We call that
Electricity.
current. Yes, current electricity. Okay,
Electricity.
so that's current electricity. Okay, static electricity and current electricity. So that's the first thing we learned. So we distinguish there are two types. And so we identified there are two parts of this electricity because some of charges accumulate in the same place. So that's static electricity, that means not moving. And another type of electricity that's flowing, we call that current electricity. So those are the basic things we learned. And then we learned according to the hardness of the materials. Okay, we got two types of cloths actually. One is silk cloth. The other one is, another one is woolen cloth. Very good. So that's woolen cloth. So this is silk. Yes. Another one we come across. So that's what? That woolen.
Woolen cloth.
Woolen cloth. Okay. So silk cloth is used to charge a glass rod by rubbing it. Okay, so we can create static electricity by rubbing with another material. Okay, so silk cloth is used to rub what? Last week we come across that. So that rod.
Glass rod.
Yes, that's glass. Okay, glass. So when I ask you, last week when I asked you, you answered the most hard material. Most hardest material is glass
Silk.
out of silk and glass. But we realized actually the less hard material is glass, while the hardest material out of them, so that's silk. Then what happens? When they are rubbed together, what happened?
Silk cloth electrons start to jump into the accumulate. That
Electrons of glass, because it is
yes,
less hard. Electrons of glass starts to,
jump into the
yes,
silk
yes,
cloth.
it deposits. No matter, you can tell this jump. Okay, so it comes to the silk surface. Then silk gets negative charge, because so these negatively charged electrons come to the silk cloth. So because of this lack of electrons, what happens? This glass rod
Gets
takes,
to positive.
yes, positive. It gets positive charge. Or you can tell glass rod is positively charged. Okay. So now when you separate these two, yes, the glass, it is positively charged. Okay. මම කියන ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේක ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් කියාගන්න බෑ කියලා. You are learning in English medium. මම කියන ඔයාලට බෑ මේක කියන්න. You can't tell that in English. මොකද
So
කියන්නේ?
which one, sir? Like
You are going to try. Rehan is going to try for that. දැන් මට මේක ඉංග්‍රීසි නෙමෙයි කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. Okay, here's a silk cloth, the glass rod. When you rub it, okay, so this glass rod is having positive charge. So how do you tell this overall process in English? Okay, Rehan, try it. Try for it.
when the glass rod and the silk rub to each other, glass rod will get positive charged and the silk cloth will get negative charged. That's all.
Okay, without explaining lots of things, by a single sentence, tell about this charged glass rod. Glass rod kila patanga. So this is the glass rod.
When we rub the glass rod with silk, and the glass rod will become positive and the silk will become negative.
Glass rod becomes positive, silk rod becomes,
Negative.
glass rod becomes positive, silk rod becomes negative. Do you know the real meaning of what you said me? පුතා මට කිව්වා කි හරි තේරුම ඔයා දන්නවද? පුතා කියනවා glass rod becomes positive. Glass rod එක positive වෙනවා. Silk cloth becomes negative. Silk cloth එක negative වෙනවා. මේක negatively charged වෙනවා කියලායි කියන්න ඕන. Okay? So when you tell it, so you have to tell simply. So this is the glass rod rubbed with, okay? Rubbed with. Simply you can tell. Glass rod rubbed with a silk cloth gets positive charge. Okay. So glass rod rubbed with silk cloth gets positive charge. Okay. Or you can just write that by using B form. So glass rod is positively charged. Glass rod is positively charged. Then how do you tell that activity you have done? Glass rod rubbed with silk cloth is negatively charged, or it will get positive charge. Okay, so silk cloth gets negatively charged and glass rod is positively charged. Silk cloth is negatively charged, glass rod is positively charged. So you have to keep that in mind. But when you take ebonite rod, okay, when you take ebonite rod, that's in black color, okay, ebonite rod, completely opposite thing takes place. සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ප්‍රතිවිරුද්ධ ක්‍රියාව තමයි වෙන්නේ. Archana, I always see Archana is moving here and there. Okay, okay. Archana Buddha, tell me. So this is ebonite. So when you rub this ebonite rod with woolen cloth, when you rub this ebonite rod with woolen cloth, what is the type of charge that this ebonite rod is having? Viharamandi, you switched off video and please tell me what's the charge of this ebonite?
Negative.
Yes.
It got become positive charge.
Okay. I do a simple request. Okay. If you switch on your video, please switch on at straight. වරින් වර මේ on කරන්න off කරන්න එපා. එකක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ වෙහෙසෙනවා. ඇඟිල්ල ඔකට ඔබන්න ඕනේ. හරි? ඔතන ඔයගොල්ලෝ නරක වැඩ මුකුත් කරන්නේ නැහැනේ පේන්නේ නැති වෙන්නේ. හරි? ඒ කියන්නේ නරක දේවල් කරන්නේ නැහැනේ. ඔන්න පිටිපස්සෙන් නංගි හරි මල්ලි හරි හරි ඇඳුමක් නැතුව ඔතනින් යනවා නම් වසලැජ්ජයි හරිද එතකොට ඔය වැඩි අපිනේ දැන් හරි so that's nothing uh, nothing special okay සමහරලාට mic on කරපුවාම අම්මා බනිනවා ඇහෙනවා that's usual මටත් බයින්නේ තාමත් හරි ඒක සාමාන්‍ය okay so that's ebonite so this gets glass positive, but here that's negative. Because ebonite rod is harder than the woolen cloth. So therefore, electrons from this woolen cloth goes to the ebonite rod. So as a result of this, woolen cloth gets positively charged. Okay, we did an experiment by hanging a glass rod in a stand, okay, and ebonite rod is also hung on a stand. Then make English වලින් කියන්න ඔයගොල්ලන්ට බෑ. බලමු English වැඩෝ ඉන්නවද කියලා. හරි? දැන් මම ඉන්නේ මෙතන එක කියලා දෙන්න. හරි? English වැඩොද වැද්දොද කියලා බලමු. හරි? I want to ask this from Shenaya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shenaya. මට කියන්න සිල්ක් ක්ලොත් එකෙන් රබ් කරලා එල්ලපු ග්ලාස් රොඩ් එක.
So can I tell?
Wait. Shana is trying. English medium සෙල්ලන්නේ ඉස්කෝලෙත් එක්ක ඉවරයි. International school. This is stand.
So we want to explain it in one word, like in one sentence, isn't it?
One sentence or two sentence. So you have to give that
So can
idea.
I
If you
even
use, Puta, if you use more than two or more sentences, that means the ability of language. Okay, so inability, linguist
Sir, can I give
inability.
a try?
Okay, I give you a chance.
Sure.
So this is glass rod. Okay, so what we have done is we have rubbed with silk cloth. Okay, we have rubbed this with silk cloth. නිශාක පුතා accidentally මොනවා හරි ඔයාගේ අත වැදුනද?
The glass rod become negative charge.
No, sir.
No. I'm not asking that glass rod becomes negative charge. පුතාලා මේ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා කියන එක වගකීමෙන් කරන්න ඕන. තේරුණා නේද? මේ පොඩි පන්තිවල ඉංග්ලිෂ් වලින්ම උගන්වපුවාම වෙන වැරදි දෙයක් මම මේ කියන්න යන්නේ. පැහැදිලිවම භාෂාවක් තව භාෂාවකින් 100% උගන්වන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒ කුඩාම දරුවෙක්ගේ ඉඳන් පමණයි. ඒ කියන්නේ from the very early stage of your child, that means baby කෙනෙක්ගේ මට්ටමේ infants ලදරුවෙක්ගේ මට්ටමේ ඉඳන් භාෂාවක් එයාට ඇහෙන්න සලසලා ටික කාලයක් යද්දී එයාගේ හිතට ඒ භාෂාව වදිනවා. එයාගේ හිතට ඒ භාෂාව එනවා. Then only he can completely understand that. ඒ වගේ භාෂා කිහිපයක් අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා. Very sensitive languages. One is Sinhala, another one Hindi, and Tamil is also used. තව මේ ඔය මේ අපේ ආසියාතික කලාපයේ තියෙන භාෂාවන් කිහිපයක් තමයි ගන්න. Another one is Spanish. ස්පාඤ්ඤ භාෂාවත් බොහෝ දුරට දියුණුයි. පුතා මං උදාහරණයක් කියන මෙන්න මේක. සිල්ක් ක්ලොත් එකෙන් රබ් කරපු glass rod එක stand
shall I
එකේ.
tell?
Okay, you can tell.
Hang the glass rod rubbed with the silk cloth on the stand.
Hang the glass rod rubbed with the
silk cloth
silk cloth
in the stand.
on the stand. Okay,
The
so
stand.
that's nice way. එකත් හොඳ ක්‍රමයක්. So I want මේ තමයි glass rod එක silk cloth එකෙන් rub කරලා තියෙන්නේ.
So can I give it a try?
Okay.
This is the glass rod rubbed with silk cloth.
Yes, this is the glass rod rubbed with the silk cloth. Okay. Silk cloth එකෙන් rub කරපු glass rod එක stand එකේ එල්ලනවා.
Hung in the stand. The glass.
No, I want a complete sentence. Rehan, what do you think?
I'm thinking.
Glass rod. So glass rod rubbed with a silk cloth is hung on a stand. Okay. So glass rod rubbed with a silk cloth is hung on a stand. Right? Then අපිට මේ ලොකු process එකක් මේ පැහැදිලි කරන්න වෙනවා. So we have to close another glass rod rubbed with silk cloth. නේද පුතේ? අපිට තවත් glass rod එකක් ලං කරන්න වෙනවා. So we have to close another glass rod. But what kind of a glass rod? That glass rod is also rubbed with a silk cloth. Glass rod එක silk cloth එකකින් rub කරපු glass rod එකක් ළඟට අරන් එනවා. හරි? කා ළඟටද අරන් එන්නේ? silk cloth එකකින්ම rub කරලා එල්ලපු.
Then it repels.
Yes. So you have to close a glass rod rubbed with a silk cloth to A glass rod rubbed with silk cloth and hung on a stand. Nish, what do you think? Okay, so this whole process is now yes, we are going to close a glass rod. What kind of glass rod? Already rubbed with a silk cloth, and it is close to what? It's also a glass rod rubbed with a silk cloth and hung in a stand. Okay, so language is, so you have to practice this more and more. So we are just English medium and don't stay like that. So continuously you have to practice. So whatever the thing come to your mind, so you must try to tell that in English. English medium ඉගෙන ගන්නවා කිය. ගෙදරයිද්දී මොනවා මතක් වුණත්. So whatever the thing come to your mind, you must try to tell that in English. Especially in science, we have to describe lots of things, but they are not imaginary things. Most of the things are realistic things. ඇත්ත දේවල් අපිට පැහැදිලි කරන්න තියෙන. ඒ දේවල් පැහැදිලි කරද්දී language එක superior ඕනේ. Right? Your linguistic ability must be superb. Okay, good. So those are the things we discussed. And today we are going to, and I ask you something. පුතා මතකද? I ask you to copy down a certain table. And I ask you to fill it and send me. Ko කරපු කට්ටිය. එදාට පස්සේ ඉතින් සර්වර් මතකත් නෑ, පන්තිය මතකත් නෑ. Okay, I know I am in your mind, but at a side of your mind. Puta, what happens when you close a glass rod rubbed with silk cloth? So that's silk. So this is negatively charged. Okay, and this glass rod that is hung on the stand is also negatively charged. What happens? These negatively charged or similar types of charges when they are trying to be closed, when they are tried to be closed,
They repel each other.
they repel each other. They repel. Nihis, that's just like negative means boys or girls. Negative means Nihish, girls or boys? No, boys. Negative.
Sorry, girls.
They are girls. Okay, so these are the girls of X school. So these are the girls of Y school. What would happen? They are not embracing each other. What happens instead of that? X school. So they fight. So they repel. Okay, good. So similar charges, that kind of things. But instead of that, when positive charges gets closed, what would happen? Make a පිරිමිලමයි සමාන කරන්න බෑ. Okay?
It repels.
Yes, they repels. But if you consider that's with boys like මේක කතා කළොත් ඉවරයි කතාව. එහෙමනොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? X school එකේ මචන්ලා ටික එනවා and Y school boys are coming. So they are asking, හරි මොකද කරන්නේ? අපි හොඳ ගේම් එකක් කරමු. ඈ අපි ට්‍රිප් එක අපි සින්දුවක් කියමු. හරි අපි මැච් එකක් ගමු. So those are the things they suggest. Let's do a cricket match. Okay, so those things, so they attract. But actually, so these positive charges are also repelling. Negative repel, positive repels. That means similar charges repels. Just like in the field of magnets, in the magnetic fields, north repels, south repels. So that's magnetic field. So here also there's a field. What's that field? Electric field. ඉතින් පුතා මේ So that is not taught to you as electric field. I think you have seen that magnetic field. පුතාලා දැකලා තියෙනව නේද? Magnets වල. So we keep a magnet like this. What kind of a magnet is this?
Bar magnet.
Bar magnet.
Ah,
Okay,
magnet.
that's bar magnet. We keep white paper on that. Okay, we keep a white paper on that. Then we cannot see this magnet because that's under the paper. So then what we apply over this? Iron powder.
Iron.
Iron powder. Okay, then what happens? It gives a nice pattern.
It will be attracted by the poles.
Yeah.
Yes, poles more. It will be attracted to
By
the
the
poles
But
more.
both poles.
Yes, but we can observe this shape of the pattern. This shape of a pattern can be seen. If I draw that, okay, if I draw it clearly, it's like this. So this is not in your lesson, but I think you will like this. North, south. So these magnetic flasks, field lines are emitting from north and comes down. Yes, it
So
enters
it's
to,
like a butterfly.
yes, like a butterfly. Okay. So these are invisible magnetic field lines, power lines. Do you know that such kind of lines exist in these? Positive and negative charges also. So negative just like South Pole, and this positive to negative invisible power lines exist. Field line exist. Okay, positive to negative. So these are perpendicular at the beginning. පුතා මෙව්වට කියනවා these are known to be not magnetic field. This is magnetic field. This is known as
Electricity field.
Electric field.
electric field. Okay, electric field. So likewise, there are three types of field in this, on this earth or on this universe. Okay, in the universe there are three types of fields. What are they? Now you know two: magnetic fields,
Electric
An
field.
electric field.
electric fields.
Electric
Okay,
field.
another one is gravitational field. Okay, field of gravity, gurutvakarshana. So on this earth there's an attraction of objects each other. Okay, so when you climb up a tree and if you jump, what would happen? Well, plot pen or the paven or the, so you are attracted to the ground or the earth. So that's due to a kind of attraction in an invisible power line එකක් එකේ තියෙනවා, invisible field line තියෙනවා. So that invisible field is known as gravitational fields. So what are the three types of fields?
Electric field.
Magnetic field, electric field,
Electric field.
gravitational
Magnetic
field.
field.
Gravitational field.
Gravitational field. Okay, very good. හරි. කවද්ද පුතේ fields ගැන ඔයාලට ඉගෙන ගන්න හම්බෙන්නේ? කවද්ද when you learn them?
In grade 10, 11, like that.
Grade 10. No. Grade 11. චුට්ටක් තියෙනවා little. Grade 12. Okay. In grade 12 you have to learn. Do you like to learn them?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
ඔයාලා 12 වසරේදී ඒක ඉගෙන ගන්න කැමති වුණා නම්, if you like to learn that in grade 12, so I am successful. මම තමයි ඔයාලට ඒ ආසාව ඇති කළේ. හරි? එහෙනම් පුතා A level කරද්දී math science කරන්න වෙනවා. Okay? So this is one experiment we did. Another one is the same stand we used. So what that stand? The same type of stand, but we hang
The ebonite rod.
Yes. What is hung? Mukadillan.
The
The
ebonite
ebonite
rod
Yes.
rod rubbed with the woolen
Very
cloth.
good. Very good. Ebonite rod rubbed with,
the woolen cloth.
Woolen
yes,
cloth
Woolen
rubbed
cloth.
with a woolen cloth.
Woolen cloth is
Uh,
hung on the
is
stand.
hung on the
Stand.
stand. Rifki. Very good. So because a glass rod. නිකම්ම glass rod එකක්ද?
Which
No.
is
Rubbed
rubbed
with
with
a
a
silk
silk
cloth.
cloth.
Yes, rubbed with a silk
Silk
cloth.
cloth.
Then it is
Attract.
negatively charged. So this is ebonite rod rubbed with woolen
A
cloth.
woolen cloth.
And it
That's
attracts.
positively charged.
Attract.
What would happen to this
It
is
attracts.
it get
It
attracted.
attracts.
හරි මේම ඉන්න ebonite rod එක අර නම් වෙද්දි මේම එනවා හරි so it comes like that ඕම එනවා හරි so මේ glass rod එකට ඌම එකක් දෙන්න වගේ එනවා so that's the thing happens but if you close another ebonite rod තව ebonite rod එකක් ලං කරනවා but what kind of ebonite rod neutral one or
It
charged one
charged.
is that
Positive
charged how
charge,
do you
so
charge
it
that
repels.
how do you charge that by
With the woolen,
With the
By
wool.
rubbing
rubbing
by
the woolen,
rubbing
You rub with the
woolen cloth.
with
woolen
woolen
cloth.
cloth.
එතකොට එතනදි මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ so then what happens there
Repels, the both repels.
Repels each other.
it just like Rehan is suffering from fever then you could not bathe for several days Rehan පුතාට නාන්න බැරුව වෙනවා දවස් කිහිපයක් so Nihish බලන්න ඔයා යනවා so you go to Vaunia to see Nihish so Nihish also a boy positive charge now okay here's Nihish hang you Rehan not bathe so bad odor is coming from you okay ඉතින් ඔයා ලම් වෙනකොට Nihish කොහොමද කියන්නේ oh එහාට ඉඳහම් බං කඳයි හරි so that kind of a thing happens so repel so positive charge repel each other as negative charge also repel so what you learn here is oppositely charged objects are attracted similarly charged objects are repelled each other okay I think that's the main thing you learn ඉතින් මම ඔයාලට මේක තේරුම් අරගෙන මොකද්ද කිව්වේ I ask you to write the table that's in the page number okay wait I'll see that 24 page number 24 some of you told me that you don't have books so I have sent that also okay today's topic take down similar charges and dissimilar charges
Sir, please tell again.
similar charges සමාන charges සහ අසමාන dissimilar charges okay under that take down the first point similar charges are repelled each other similar charges are repelled each other. Second one, dissimilar. Dissimilar charges are attracted each other. Each other means, yes, ekineka. Similar charges means, okay, similar charges කියන්නේ මොකද්ද පුතා? සමාන ආරෝපණ. And another term is used for that. Similar charge means like charges. Like charges. So dissimilar charges means unlike charges. So you can write unlike charges. පුතාලට එනම් කියන්න පුළුවන් unlike charges are attracted each other. Unlike charges are attracted each other. Okay. Now I create an exam question. Okay. Now you have to tell me the type of charges when I named you to answer. Okay, I want to talk to බලමු ඔන්න videos off කරනවා දැන් කට්ටිය. Yes, Naveen George. Puta, I like to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Yes, sir.
Puta, you are watching from YouTube live?
No, sir.
Okay, switch off, Puta. What's happening now? I think software clash. Yes. Sorry,
So we
Naveen.
can hear your voice again and again.
Again and again, because there was a running process of this YouTube live එක run වුණා. හරි? මොකද මේ වෙලාවෙම මේ YouTube channel එකෙත් අපේ වීඩියෝ එක run වෙනවා. හරි දාන්න එපා වැඩි වෙනවා. Naveen පුතා, now you can switch on. Naveen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, son, tell me, what's the charge of ebonite? So it has rubbed with woolen cloth. ඉක්මනට කියන්න ඕනේ. Quickly, tell me. Hey, what's the charge of ebonite rod? ඔන්න වැඩි. හරි. Sanjana, can you please switch on your microphone? Okay, Dua. So what's the charge of this ebonite?
Negative charge.
Romisha, I want to talk to you. Thank you, Coach D. Romisha, what I want you to show is that you are not in conscious manner. Have ඔන්න කිහිප දෙනයි අහන් ඉන්නේ. Romesha, now
Yes,
tell
sir.
me, what's the charge of woolen cloth? What's the charge of woolen cloth?
Positive charge.
Yes, that's
Sir, can you tell again, please?
yes. What's the charge of ebonite when it is
Positive
wrapped with woolen cloth?
Positive charge.
Positive. Then woolen cloth.
Negative charge.
Yes. What about glass?
It's negative. Negative.
Negative.
And the silk is positive.
Silk is positive.
Positive.
So that's your answer, not my answer. Okay. Okay. Let's check. Okay. So what is the hardest material here? Glass or silk?
Silk.
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 එහෙනම් ෂිනායා කොණ්ඩේ එහෙම හදන ගමන් කියන්න අපිට හරි glass එකේ තිබ්බ electrons ගැලවිලා එනවා silk වලට. Okay, so when rubbing silk, what happens? Loosely bound electrons come to the glass. එහෙනම් පුතා මේක positive වෙන්න පුළුවන්? No.
Negative.
It must be
The other way
negative.
around.
Okay, yes.
The glass is positive and the silk
Okay,
is
now
negative.
I am resetting your brain. Okay. මාරු කරමු හොඳට. Silk. So this is woolen cloth. It's not working. කවුද බබාට කතා කරන්නේ? Who's that mommy talking to Baba? Okay, so woolen cloth here, silk cloth. Yes, I found that finally. So here's okay, Lakshmika. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, switch on your video.
I switched on.
Good. Then cam එක දිහා විතරයි පුතා බලාගන්නේ. හරි? Okay. Now tell me, what's the charge of glass?
Positive charge.
Silk cloth.
No, sir. Glass rod is negative and
No.
silk-
I'm asking. Okay. ඒ ඔයා මතක තියාගෙන පිළිවෙල. එහෙමනේ මට අහපු ටික කියන්න. So what's the charge of woolen cloth?
positive.
Positive.
Negative.
Yes. What is the charge of silk cloth?
Negative.
Okay. So what's the charge of glass rod?
Positive.
Positive.
Good boy. Okay, good. So likewise, you have to keep these theories in your mind. If that does not come to your mind, that means there are another thing in your mind. Okay. If you cannot do this quickly as possible, okay, if your memory is not flowing, that means something is additional thing, unwanted thing in your mind. So these are the things wanted. Okay. Now good. මම පොඩ්ඩක් පැහැදිලි කළේ exam වලින් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ questions අහන විදිය. Okay, so that's not for here. Okay, good. This is the basic thing you learn. Similar charges are repelled and dissimilar charges are attracted, or by using like charges and unlike charges. Like charges are repelled each other and unlike charges are attracted each other. I think that's clear for you. Okay, good. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you another important and very nice instrument. What's that? Puta, so what is the instrument, optical instrument you are using to observe the objects in far away? What's the instrument you use to observe the objects situated far away?
Binocular.
Telescope. Very good.
Telescope.
Binocular.
Yes, binocular. So it can be used. Another one. So what is the instrument you use to observe tiny objects that exist closer?
Compound microscope.
Microscope. Very good. So that's
Microscope.
microscope. Okay. Another one is used to identify the charge of something. So that's known as what?
Gold leaf electroscope.
Very good. That's gold leaf electroscope. Do you
Leaf
know how it
electroscope.
works? පුතාලා දන්නවද ඒක වැඩ කරන හැටි? Okay, that has been given as your extra knowledge. May I explain a little?
Okay, sir.
Yes, I think you
Okay,
like
sir.
that. මේක පුතාලටත් හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? So this is a metal plate. That's a metal plate. There's a rod like this. Okay. And here, what has been placed? A gold leaf. Okay. Very thin gold leaf. It's just like a paper thickness. Okay. Actually, very thinner than a paper also. Paper එකටත් වැඩිය thinner. Okay. Very thin gold leaf. So what happens if you place that in normal atmosphere? Due to the airflow, it starts to oscillate, it starts to vibrate. So it does not exist steadily. When this gold leaf electroscope, so this metal plate and metal rod, when this is not charged, it exists like this. It exists like this, normal position. It exists like this. Okay. So this is the actin object. Now what's here? Here you can observe insulator, rubber like insulator. And now this is the bottle to avoid the obstruction of airflow. Okay, so this whole structure is known as gold leaf electroscope, and behind that you can observe the scale. Yes, the scale. Okay, it has been scaled like this. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 2 3 4 5. So likewise it has been scaled. Okay, now you rub ebonite rod or glass rod or silk cloth, you rub, and what you do, you take that silk cloth and you keep that here. You take the silk cloth, so which is negatively charged, okay, then you place it on this gold leaf electroscope metal plate. So these electrons come to the metal plate. Okay, but you know already electrons exist in this metal plate too. Metal plate ticket මේ වෙනකොට electrons ඉන්නවා. පිට ඉස්කෝලකින් ගෑනු ළමයි ටිකක් එනවා. ඒ ගෑනු ළමයි හරිම හොඳයි දක්ෂයි. So they are clever girls, beautiful girls, teachers. Okay, they like more than earlier existing students, especially girls. Okay, so new girls are coming. What would happen now? කලින් හිටපු අය මොකද කරන්නේ? So they move. අපිට බෑ එයාලත් එක්ක ඉන්න කියලා එයාලා යනවා. This is metal. This is a metal surface, පුතා. Okay, so metals conduct electricity. Unlike non-metals or insulators, these metals conduct electricity. Therefore, additional electrons can move to the both side. One side is negative. So what happens? Here also negative electrons. Now what happens? This negative. Okay, so that's repel. What happens to this gold leaf? It repels a little. Gold leaf චුට්ටක් repel වෙනවා. Can you understand what happens there?
Yes, sir.
So this is known as charge in electroscope. මෙයා පාවිච්චි කරන්න කලින් charge කරන්න. We call that charging of gold leaf electroscope. Okay, now it is charged. Then තමයි හොඳම වැඩේ තියෙන්නේ. So when this electroscope is charged, yes, what's the charge now? Positive or negative? That's negatively charged. Charging of electroscope, so that's negatively charged. Okay, now no need of this cloth, we keep that side. So still charge remains. What happens if we touch this? ඇල්ලුත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? It becomes discharged. Okay, අත දිගේ charges යනවා. Okay, so now I want to check your knowledge. Okay, your thinking ability. ඔන්න පුතාලට හිතන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා බලන්නයි මම යන්නේ. Oh, it's Nihish.
Yes, sir.
Puta, we bring a rod, charged rod, but still we don't know what's the charge of it. We don't know. Okay, so we want to check the charge of that, but when it is closer, we can see this gold leaf is further deflect. It further deflect. තිබුණටත් වඩා more than earlier deflection, it deflects more and more. So what's the type of charge? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Negative.
හරි. අපි පොඩි පරීක්ෂණයක් කරමු.
Mana?
Positive කියන කට්ටිය P, negative කියන කට්ටිය N බලමු. Okay, let's see that. Okay, type it. Positive
Sir,
P,
what?
negative N. Okay, send me message not by WhatsApp, okay, through the chat of
Sir,
here.
negative P.
Negative is N, positive is
positive
P.
P. Negative N, positive P. Suhas P, Vihara P, Rehan N, Naveen P, Rumisha negative. Okay. So Chamot negative, Nihish positive, Archana positive, Bhagya positive, Oshan negative, Rifki negative, Amaya positive, Lakshika negative, Shanaya positive, Isuri positive. Okay, so I'll explain. If this bends out further, that means that negative charge is further increased. Negative charge is further increased. Okay, who can increase? Who can repel this negative to down? කාටද පුතා මේ negative පල්ලෙහාට එවන්න පුළුවන්? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Yes,
Negative.
that must be
Negative.
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 That's
So,
negative.
now you know two types of charge rod in your syllabus. One is according to experience. So there are lots of types of charged object. Okay. So in your syllabus,
Sir.
what we have learned that glass or ebonite.
Sir,
Yes, Nish.
I am getting message. Archana Seniviratna grade 7 request to control your camera. I can't understand what is.
Yes, Archana is sending me also. Okay. Archana Senivatna grade 7 request to control your camera. So
Me
they are
too, sir.
just, there are some of cameras that can be controlled remotely. Imagine my camera is somewhat angular as you cannot see. Okay. Then you can control that remote cameras.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But
Yeah,
these
there are.
cameras cannot be remotely controlled. Therefore, don't do it. If I allow that, මගේ තව කැමරාවක් තියෙනවා high කරපු නැති. It is not powered. You will change that. Okay. මට දවස් දෙක තුනක් වුණා ඔය වැඩේ. I thought that there's a brightness contrast controlling abilities having with you. Okay. So therefore, I approved that. Okay. So actually, I don't like this kind of low resolution. We call that streaming softwares. බලන්න මේකේ මේ අපිට පේන quality එක හරි අඩුයි. Camera is somewhat higher quality. Okay. But this quality is losing. Okay. Therefore, Archana, ඔය ෆෝන් එකේ තියෙන එක එක ඔබන්න එපා. මේකක්ම තමයි කලින් මේ අපේ සුවහස්ගේ ආවේ මට. Okay. පුතා, now look at this. So similar type of charges, so they refill. එනම් පුතා ගෙනල්ලා තියෙන negative. Okay, what would happen if this gold leaf deflect lower? Now we bring another object here. Okay, charge object, just like a lollipop but charged. We don't know the charge of that. What happens to the gold leaf is it decrease its deflection.
So can I tell?
Okay, Puta, tell it.
Sir, that object is charged with positive charges.
Yes, object is positively
Charged with charged.
Charge.
But not like that capacity is not equal to the negative. So that's why it's like the leaf has gone a bit.
Capacity equalized sunat නැතත්. If the capacity is equalized to the charge of this negative, okay, I'm very happy with you, Rehan. If the charge is completely equal to the charge of this negative, so that will completely come
The
down,
leaf goes down.
goes down. චුට්ටක් ආවේ එයා කියනවා මේ ඔක්කොම නියුට්‍රලයිස් කරන්න positive charge එකට බැරුව ගියාලු. That charge is not similar කියලා, so that advance. Okay, Rehan, so you have to follow that mathematics or biological science or technical field. Okay, so you have that thinking ability. So all of you have that ability, but I'm happy with you. Okay, so this positively charged external object, මෙයා හරියට, the positive means a boy, no, a boy. Okay, so he's coming from externally, and yeah, හරියට යාළුවෙක් වගේ, just like a boy. පුතා mic off කරගන්න ආපු ගමන්. Okay, boy actor. So these girls are telling there's a most attractive, so nice singer. Okay, ඔගොල්ලෝ කැමති boy singers ලත් ඉන්නවනේ. Okay, මෙන්න එහෙම කෙනෙක් එනවා කියලා ආරංචි වෙනවා. Now what happens? These girls are running towards that.
Kind
Okay,
of like Justin Bieber.
yeah, just Justin Bieber is coming, so they flock around here. නේද? අර ගිල්ලෙන්ඩත් හදනනේ මෙහෙම මෙහෙම දැක්කම. Okay, okay. Shania, I think those things, those
Yes,
behaviors are with girls. මෙහෙම යනවා කට්ටිය सब flock together. Now what happens here? Negative charge is decreasing, so it bends inwards. ඇතුළට නැමෙනවා. Okay, so that's the function of this gold leaf electroscope, and we can measure the charge also because it is calibrated. පුතා මේ කවද්ද gold leaf electroscope එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගන්නේ හරියට මෙච්චරයි තියෙන ඉතින් ඒත් ඉගෙන ගන්න තියෙන්නේ මෙච්චරයි. When you learn that? Grade
Grade
12. Okay, grade 12. But that's in your book.
So, excuse me, sir. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay, Puta, tell me.
Sir, is it actually gold or
Actually gold.
gold plated?
Not
Yeah.
gold plated.
So
That's
when we
actually
make
gold.
it, so then when we make it, we wanna use what, gold or?
So you can use aluminium foil. Okay, very light.
It works as
aluminium.
similar as gold.
Yes. Okay, it works. So
Thank you, sir.
you can try by using any other objects also. So when it becomes so light, you find it very easy to, so that then it becomes so sensitive. Because සැහැල්ලු sensitive ready. So when the gold leaf or whatever the metal leaf is more thinner, okay, so lightweighted, you find it very easy to measure the charge. That means the gold leaf electroscope becomes more sensitive. Okay, so that's a function of that. So that figure is in your book as extra knowledge. Okay. Puta, I think let's draw a sketch of that. Vegging අඳින්න පුළුවන්. So this is the plate. Okay. Metal rod. And this is the gold leaf. Okay. So this is insulator, and
Excuse me, sir.
okay, son, tell me.
What is that upper part?
Upper part is metal. So this is metal plate. Okay, so that's 2D diagram.
Sir, can I draw?
Yes, you have to draw this. Gold leaf deflect. Gold leaf deflect according to the charge. පාවිච්චි කරන්න කලින් මොකද පුතා කරන්න ඕනේ අපි ඒක? Before the usage of gold leaf electroscope අපි ආව charge කරලා ඉන්න ඕනේ නේද? So we have to charge it positively or negatively. Okay? Before the
Sir, how to charge?
පුතේ අර අපි ඉස්සරලාම charge කරපු එක්කෙනෙක් ගෙනලා මෙයාගේ touch කරනවා. Okay? So we have to touch it. We take that silk cloth charge කරපු silk cloth එක ගෙනලා touch කළා. Okay? Before the use of electroscope, before the use of electroscope, it has to be charged. That may be positively or negatively. Positively or negatively. Okay. So what's the usage of that? To identify the charge. Okay. May negatively කියලා පේනවා නේද? Right. I'll write here uses of gold leaf electroscope. Uses of gold leaf electroscope. Okay, first one, identify the charge. For identifying,
Sir, we can
Excuse me,
draw this
sir.
now.
Excuse me, sir.
okay,
After writing like before the use of electroscope, it had been charged positively or negatively. After
Yes.
that on, we want to write these uses of gold leaf
Yes,
electroscope. to
after taking down these things, okay, after taking down these things below here, okay, this side, you have to write this here because there's no enough space. That's why
Okay,
I
sir.
wrote that top. Okay, for the identification of charge එක positive the negative ද කියලා හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. And we can measure the magnitude charge එක කොච්චර වැඩිද අඩුද. Okay, magnitude of the higher charge or lower charge magnitude. Yes, can identify. Magnitude. Magnitude. Magnitude means visalatva. Okay, amount. Magnitude of the charge. Magnitude of the charge.
I have finished writing, sir.
Okay, good. Puta, I am going to give you a chance. Mama පුතාලට chance එකක් දෙන්න යන්න. There are some of students who could not learn from me in grade 6. Okay, so you can come my both. There are two grade 6 classes. You can come to my grade 6 classes, but I have another request. Please don't switch on mics. Without payment එකක් කරන්නේ නැතුව පුතාලට අර 6 වසර ඉගෙන ගත්තු නැති දේවල් ඒ වචන, that words, okay, so you can learn while participating to grade 6 class, okay, but you cannot switch on mic. ඇවිල්ලා ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, so I welcome you. Now I'm going to erase this, okay, this part.
No, sir.
Still drawing?
No, sir. That below part.
Below parts you have to write first, then this one, okay.
Oh.
No matter, I'll send you video.
So can we buy this instrument, sir? Whole
We
deep
can
electroscope?
buy, but that just I think so. You can search it in eBay, okay. uh, I don't know its expenses because most of the time scientific equipments are very expensive. Instead of that, you had better to buy a microscope, electric microscope, okay, with cameras.
Sir, I am finished writing.
Okay, good.
Sir, I am finished writing.
So me too.
I have
So I have finished my writing.
Good.
Sir, even me, I wrote.
Sir, I also finished writing.
Okay, let's move to the next thing. So we have several activities to check this attraction and repellence. One exercise, one activity you have to do with drinking straw. So here's the drinking straw. I have drawn that quite zoomed in. Okay, that's drinking straw. So nice patterns you can see there. Okay, so that's drinking straw. And here's a draw-in pin. Okay, first you charge this drinking straw with polythene. So you rub it with polythene. Okay, then so you have to do this at home. Okay, then I am asking the result from you. So what this draw-in pin. Okay, so we penetrate it, then you cannot see this part. Okay, so that's how you place this. So you can keep that on a smooth surface as it can freely rotate. So you can see that activity. So that's 2.3 activity. Smooth surface, you can use a glass vessel upside down. Okay, don't think about this ratio. මේ තරම් ලොකු glass එක අඩිය තරම් ලොකු drawing pin එකක් නෑ. හරි? So if I draw that with correct proportion, it must be like actually more than this also. Glass. Okay. So here's the drawing pin. පුතා මේ කවුද? මේ drinking straw එක පොඩ්ඩක් පැහැදිලි කරන්න. Drinking straw. Drinking straw rubbed with yes, polythene. Polythene
Sir,
paper.
can we draw?
Yes, now you can draw. So this activity is 2.3. Yes, polydactyly with fingers ඇඟිලි 6ක් තියෙන කෙනෙක්. 1 2 3 4 5 with thumb. Yes. Okay, so this is how we do this experiment. Look at this. Look at the board. So this charged drinking straw is placed, so it can freely rotate. When we close our finger, what would happen? Okay, so charged material is what? Charged material is polythene. Polythene. So if we close a polythene paper, what happens? The first one you use finger. Second one, polythene or polyethylene. Polythene. Which polythene? Polythene used to charged, because you know definitely that is oppositely charged. Polythene used to charge. Definitely that will be oppositely charged. එයා විරුද්ධව charge වෙලා. If this is positively charged, polythene is negatively charged. Another one, charged another drinking straw. මේ වගේ charge කරපු තවත් drinking straw එකක් මෙහෙම ගෙනල්ලා තියෙනවා. What would happen? It will attract or repel. Charged another drinking.
Refill.
No, you have to do this at home. It's very easy, no? So that's drawing pin, drinking straw. That's enough. Okay. So this is also insulator. Why don't you put that in normal table or metal? Because it will discharge. Drinking straw. Pen anything. Charged another drinking straw. Third one is charged another drinking straw. Good. පුතා කියන්න.
පොලිතින් එක එකපාරක් අර බීම් බට ඇතුළුවට පස්සේ මේ ආයෙ අතුල්ලන්න බෑ නේද?
Yes, we cannot. So in this case, so you have to use, you can use gloves. Okay, you can wear another polythene or called shopping bags. Okay, so you can wear අතර දාගන්න තවත් polythene bag, so then you can practice it. Okay, or you can simply wear gloves. Okay, so you have to write your observations. Okay, under here, so you have to write observation. Observation. I think you cannot see this as well. No, you can see. Observation 1. Okay. What happens when you close your finger? Observation 1. Observation 2, you have to write. Observation 3, you have to write. All together, you have to line a couple of lines for each. So that's leave 6 lines. Leave 6 lines below.
Okay, sir.
Good.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now we are moving to another section. The same activity, but in another way. I give you, but I explain you, but don't give the chance to write that. Okay, so that activity 2.4. May I erase this?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
I saw only one is wearing that logo or the profile picture. පුතාලා මේ අදම මට message කරන්න අර payments කරලා profile picture එක මේ මාසෙට හම්බුනේ නැති අය. හරි? අදම message කරන්න WhatsApp. හරි? මට personally message කරන්න. group එක මම allow කරන්නම් group එකට දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් වැඩක් නෑ මම ඔක්කොම mobile switch off කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Another thing, so you have to send me a message those who are paid. So all these students and parents are good. සියලුම දෙනා හරිම හොඳයි. මම ඔය මේ link එක මේ වෙනස් කරන්නේ නෑනේ. I don't change the link. So anyone can come because මෙන්න මේ link එක මම අර සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මට තාම මේක ඇපයට තියාගන්න වෙලා නැහැ. So why I don't change this link? Because all are paying well. So I am working hard. So you are paying honestly. So therefore, but some of people, to some of students, okay, some of parents to some of teachers do wrong things. Okay, so they are benefited from their teacher but don't pay. Okay, දැන් හුඟක් අයට ඕන නම් පුළුවන් YouTube එකෙන් විතරක් බලලා payment නොකර ඉන්න. නමුත් ඔයාලා දන්නවද මේ පන්තියට නොයන YouTube විතරක් බලන අය payments කරනවා කියලා? මම දන්නෙත් නෑ. Okay, so they don't know that profile picture, those things they don't know. So they know, they are asking my account number, so I give. So I'm asking, so your number is not saved here. ඔයාලගේ number එක so this is not the first time. Okay, so earlier also we want to pay, so therefore we pay for that both months because we studies those things from YouTube කියලා කියනවා. හරි? ඉතින් මේ මිනිස්සු හරි හොඳයි. So people, so they are very honest because I do this honestly. අවංකව මේ උගන්වනවා ඔයාලට තේරෙන්න මගේ අරමුණ තමයි ඔයාලට තේරෙන්න ඕනේ මම කරන එක. So that's final outcome. කවුරු හරි තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වොත් මම, if you can't understand what I explained, I don't go beyond you. So I bring you for that target. So that's my way. But there are some of the students more than doubles. Okay, so here's 20, another few students come Wednesday. Okay, but more than 15 students, 20 or 15 students exist. They don't come, they come neither this or another class. So I want to filter them out. Therefore, putala paid students WhatsApp group එක මම open කළාම අද හවස 7ට විතර මම open කරන්න. Paid students, so you have to send me a message paid. Okay, so there are two types of paid, so that's PAYED. Okay, another one is PAID, paid. So please send me that, so I make a separate group for you. Then I can filter you. Okay, so then I can quickly make your profile pictures. So actually I cannot search the large number of hundreds of students, grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and another 11 students, those who are facing, those who are sitting for the O-level exam this end of this March. So large number of student base I'm having, so not easy to manage. Within 2 or 1 week I'll use another, I give this I assign these activities to another person. මම තව සතියකින් දෙකකින් වෙන කෙනෙකුට මේක පවරනවා මේ වැඩි messaging videos share කරන්න to make profile pictures for the payments මට මේ මුදල් ගන්න එක මං හිතකින් කරන කවදාත් පුරුදු නැහැ මේ වැඩි. So when we teach something, that particular institute give a salary for us. ඒගොල්ලෝ අපිට salary එක දෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි ගනුදෙනු කරන්නේ ආයතනයත් එක්ක විතර. අපි ළමයින්ගෙන් direct money ගන්නෙ නැහැ. ඒක නිකන් මොකක්ද වගේ ගතියක් තියෙනවා. අර නිකන් මුදලාලි ගතියක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ දැන් කියන්න බෑ. ඉතින් මේ so that's for the survival. ඒක පැවැත්ම සඳහානේ. So I do my best. You have to do your best. පුතාලා මොකද්ද? You have to do your best means you have to learn well. Okay. Parents, so they pay well. Okay. So that's the thing happens. Good.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, Puta, tell me.
Sir, may ආපු නැති ළමයි ටික Wednesday කරනවද?
Oh, Puta.
Okay, sir.
At that's also 6 p.m. Wednesday. Last week I faced a problem because from 10 p.m. to morning 2 I did a class because of the students who are to sit O-level exam end of this March. අයියලක්කලා ඉන්නවනේ අමාරුයි ඒගොල්ලෝ සමහරුත් මේ දැන් ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්න කට්ටියට. So all the grade 10 lessons within 4 hours I try to revise. Okay, so that's not 100% okay, but I am doing. Yesterday also I did such a class. Okay, so next day morning I do such a class. Okay, so likewise it's continuing. So therefore these days I'm tough with my schedule, so quite busy. So that's the thing. Okay, next week onwards I do it as a regular way.
Sir, කීයටද පටන් ගන්නේ Wednesday?
That starts from 6 to and continued up to 8 p.m. Okay, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Don't mistaken that's same class. Okay, this repetition of this class. Make my icon. Repetition of this class. So you can come either Wednesday or Friday. Okay, or if you like you can come to this both. No matter, you can come to both classes. Okay, at least
Okay, sir.
you have to come either Wednesday or Friday. දෙකටම එන්න නැතුව ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද? ඉන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. එතකොට exam එක මන් දන්නේ. So that's your choice. Good. So all the things we have practiced, but the thing behind that is time taken, time consuming things to take down all the things. Generation of static electrical charges, that's by Robin. So we have completed that. So I'm checking what I have missed. Okay, another one. Two charged objects which are hung. Two charged objects which are hung. Look at this. We have to use two stands. Okay, take down the topic. Activity 2.4. Okay, so
Sir,
charged.
textbook එකත් ඔක තියනවද?
Yes, Putatino. Okay, first look at this. Don't draw it now. So you can just see what I am doing. Actually, so this is not a new thing. The same thing what we have learned so far. So we hang two rods charged by rubbing with different materials. So these two rods, so imagine this rod is, okay, so that's glass. This is ebonite. What would happen? මොලේ තියනවාද සිහියෙන්, so you are in consciousness, you are with conscious manner or not? So now I am going
So
to
both attracts.
අහලා බලමු.
Attract.
So both attracts.
Okay, now listen my question. What happens when they are close together?
They attract.
Attract, sir.
Rehan, did I tell you that they are charged?
No.
Okay, charged lesson මං කිව්වේ නෑ. You tell viduru and glass and ebonite, when they close together they attract. What students you are? Okay, what kind of students you are? Glass, ebonite, they are not attract, so they are not with magnetic power. So we have to charge this. If I tell you like this, what happens when a glass rod charged with a silk cloth is close to, and which is hung in a stand, and with the stand, when it is close to ebonite rod, what happens?
So we
Rehan.
can't say because still you didn't say the is ebonite is charged or not.
Yes, very good.
So,
I did not say that ebonite is charged or not. I said only glass is charged. Glass is rubbed with silk cloth. Okay, now my question. What would happen when the glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth and hung in the stand, and when the ebonite rod is charged by rubbing with a woolen cloth and get closed by with the stands? What would happen now?
both get attracted.
Attract, sir.
Get attracted.
So I hear
Because
different things. Some of you tells attract, some of you tell attack. Okay,
Yeah.
they will attack again. So that attract. Okay, if they are attracted, so we have to show it like this. Okay, so they are going to embrace each other. They exist like this. Okay, bull කෙනෙක් ඇදන් යද්දි අල්ලන් ඉන්දියන. So they are going to attract because they are oppositely charged. So what's charge of this glass? Positive or negative?
positive.
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 When it is rubbed with silk cloth, it becomes positively
Positive.
charged. What about ebonite?
Negative.
It's negatively charged.
Negative.
Okay, so this is what you have to complete. So that activity is 2.4. Okay, so it's a little thing you have to do there. So when that's oppositely charged, it attract a similarly charged. So like charge repels each other. So you have to demonstrate that. I think you have to leave around. So first you have to tell about this glass rod. It will take around 6 lines. Okay, 6 lines. So another 6 line here for this one. And what happens? So you have to tell the observation what happens. Another 6 line. Yes, all together with this diagram. So you have to leave more than 30 lines. Okay, 30 lines separately. So you
It's
can
good if you
separate.
leave a page.
Yes, you have to leave a page for that. Okay, පුතා මම මේක note එක කියවන එක තේරුමක් නෑ නේද? It's time consuming, wasting time I think, because you know that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, so page number, that's 28. Okay, now I'm going to very important topic. So
So we
that's,
should do write the observation for that.
yes, we have to write as observations what happens when they close together, and we have to write the observation, okay, in the same place. What happens when they close together, glass rod and ebonite? What happens when glass rod and glass rod close together? Okay, so these things you have to explain.
Okay, sir.
Good. Next topic, takedown. So what happens due to these static electrical charges phenomena associated with static electricity?
So what is the topic?
Yes, okay, right. Phenomena, Sansiddhin, phenomena associated with static electricity. Static electricity associated phenomena. Okay, Sansiddhin. Yes. In your day-to-day life, what are the experiences with this static electricity? When dry hair is combed in, okay, what you can observe, so hair get attracted to the comb, okay, and you can back comb කරනවා කියලා එකක් කරනවා කියන ළමයි අනිත් පැත්තට පියලා ලස්සනට කොණ්ඩ මේම දාන්න, okay. And another thing, if you continuously rub that, your hair get, so we call that inflated look comes, because
Like a
hair,
fluffy.
yes, fluffing, very good, nice word, fluffing. So this
Fluffy.
is a normal hair of a normal girl. Okay, so this is her ugly hair. Due to continuous combing, now what happens? It expands and it becomes fluffy look. Okay,
Like a bush.
like a bush. Negative repellent. Okay, or positive repellent. It exists like that. Another one, when you iron in silk cloths, you can observe tick sound. Okay, so
Emitting tick.
yes, tick sound when ironing silk cloths.
So does the tick sound come from the iron or the cloth, like silk?
Okay, so this is your silk cloth. Okay, ironing table. So that's your silk cloth. Okay, so this is the iron. Okay, when you rub in that, silk cloth is charged. Okay, and charged material, so it again sparks to the iron surface or sometimes to your hand. Okay, so when you rub that, the cloth is charged. Now keep the iron aside and close your hand. What happens? It gives tick tick sound. And if you do this at night within a dark environment, you can observe that lightning like little, okay, little sparkings you can observe. Gini pulingu palino dakinda puluwan ටික් ගාලා අතට පයින්නෝ. Okay, so same thing happens when you switch off your cathode ray tube television. දැන් නම් ඒව නැහැ. ආච්චි සීයා ගෙදර තියෙනව නේද ටෙලිවිෂන් එක පස්ස දිග. හරි? ආච්චිගේ නෙමෙයි.
Yes sir, yes sir. We have 2 in our house.
Yes. ගෙවල් වල තියෙනවා දෙක තුන. Okay? පුතාලා දැකලා තියෙනව නේද? It's sometimes it's not in your house. Sometimes that's in your grandfather, grandmom house. Okay? පස්ස දිග TV එකක්. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Not the grandmothers. Okay? So that's the television. Okay? This kind of one. Cathode ray tube. Okay? When you switch on and when you switch off, so this screen is charged. Okay, so I'll make that 3D. So here's the television screen. When you close your hand, so the hair erects, you know, and you can observe that sparking, gini pulingu paino. So sparking from screen to your hand, and a little pain is occur. ටික ටික ගාලා පොඩි හිරු යටෙනවා වගේ. That's like benumbed. You feel like benumbed sensation. Little spark occur. So take down this tick sound when I sorry, repeat the question Puda.
ඒ පරීක්ෂණය කරද්දී අතර මොකුත් වෙන්නේ නැද්ද?
No harm. අතට මුකුත් වෙන්නේ. Okay, tick sound when ironing silk cloth. ඉතින් ඔගොල්ලෝ silk cloth iron කරනවනේ. Next one, when switching off a cathode ray tube television. So ekana then attraction of hair on the arm towards the television screen. Attraction of,
So can we write?
yes, you can write. Attraction of hairs of arm towards the television. Puta, I can take down this. Okay, scientist Benjamin Franklin. Okay, so they carried out experiments on lightning. So according to his experiments, so this lightning also occurs due to static electrical charges. Podi sparking nunani. So not that little, but huge
When
sparking occurs when two clouds. So yes, two clouds are
Rub each other.
electrostatically charged. Okay, I'll erase that. It's a cloud. Okay, due to air currents, due to flowing of air, so these little water drops gets charged. Okay, so most of the time these lower layers gets positively charged. Okay, so I'll write that flowing of air, we call that air current. Air current. Flowing of air current. Then what happens? water drops of the cloud, tiny water drops of the cloud, tiny water drops of the cloud.
Can I write?
Yes, you can write. Tiny water drops of the cloud gets charged.
Sir, shall I draw that picture?
First, take down this. Tiny water drops of the cloud gets charged. Kuda vatura bindu of the cloud valakule kuda vatura bindu gets charged. Charged, you know. Then charged by what? Charged due to the flowing of air current. Charged by the wind. Okay, let's write like that. By the wind. How it is charged? Electrostatically. Electrostatically. Tiny water drops of the cloud gets charged by wind electrostatically. Then it discharges.
So after writing, we can draw it.
After writing, you have to look at this. Okay, look at this. This is another cloud. Okay, sometimes this charged cloud starts to discharge to another cloud. This discharging process is known as lightning. May I erase this? Puta mekama makhandada?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, Dinuda is going to play in the ground these days. Okay. So, she is in a think of going closer to a building. So, here's that building. Fortunately, a lightning conductor has been installed over that. So that's the lightning conductor. So that's installed to the ground. Here's your friend, Dinuda. Okay. So she's not much taller than this building. Okay. So your earth is negatively charged. That's a storage of negative charges. So because of this positively charged cloud, what happens? Negative electrons are attracted. So they are girls now. They know nothing and attracted. Who is that? That boy, singing boy, who's that? I don't remember that. And there's a Korean team also there, no? Musical band. So they are attracted. Then what happens? Suddenly, a huge spark occurs and it is earthen. Okay. So this is the sparking process, discharging process. So next we write discharging of a cloud is known as a lightning. Discharging, so charging is by flowing wind. Okay, by rubbing with water drops, it is electrostatically charged. When it's discharged, it becomes a lightning. So discharging of a cloud is known as lightning. So it gives off heat and light. Heat, light, and sound is produced. Okay, so heat, light, and sound is produced by lightning. Okay, now draw this sketch.
සර් එතකොට වලාකුළුවත් කරන්ට් එක කියනවද?
පුතා volt සාමාන්‍යයෙන් domestic electric current 230 volts. In a cloud, that's more than 100,000 volts. Okay, ඉතින් පුතා මේ that's good source of electricity. If you can take this energy, okay, so our country, maybe a rich country, if you can find a method to charge batteries by using this huge amount of electricity. අපිට කරන්න තියෙන බොරු කියන ඔය පන්ති ඉන්නව නේද මේ Shania, there are some of girls in your classroom, so they are always telling lies, no? කුණු ගහන බොරු කියන යාළුවෝ දෙන්නෙක්ව එළියට දාලා හරි. So continuously lightning occurs, then we can produce more energy. හරි. So that's the thing we can do. Okay? Shenayද දන්නෙත් නෑ යා නේද? දිනුද මේ Shenayද මේ පන්ති ඉන්න බොරු කියන කෙනා.
නෑ සර් එයා නෙමෙයි.
වෙන කෙනෙක් ඇති. මමද එහෙනම්. Okay?
No sir.
Okay, good. So hurry up and take down අපි විනාඩි 5ක් වැඩිපුර ඉගෙනගෙන. Okay, some of you have another classes too. Okay පුතා එහෙනම් මේක ඉවරෙච්ච ගමන් YouTube බලන්න. Okay? So you can go to switch to YouTube until I දැනුත් බලන්න පුළුවන්. කියන්නේ මම මේ ඉවරුණා කියලා පුතාලට බැරිච්ච දේවල් ඔක්කොම rewind කරලා මේ දැන් YouTube එකකින් බලන්න පුළුවන්. Go to YouTube channel and in the search box type my name, the most beautiful name in the world, Ranjith Priyadarshana. Okay, then search, then you can see me and go to the videos, not videos. Today you have to go live. Okay, so I'll try to send you the link also. Then, so I'm going to stop here. Have a nice night. Goodbye to all of you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Have a nice night, sir.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir. Thank
Goodbye,
you, sir.
sir.
Okay.
Have a
now-
nice night.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.